Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my monster guide of the Royal Griffin. So we will start this episode of this monster guide to go over his moves. And I hope you will enjoy your time and let us learn all about the Griffin, the Royal Griffin. This is Griffin's wing swipes. They can be avoided by timing them correctly. And to avoid them, you need to look at the wings. When he raises a wing, you need to dodge and then avoid them. I would not recommend to actually do this because it would put you in unnecessary danger, but you can avoid them, as I showed here. But don't do it like this, it's too difficult. One of the more dangerous attacks the Griffin does is his dive attack. It's easily avoidable with rolls, but I would recommend it as a key strategy to shoot him while he's far away in the air. And if you hit him then, he will land at your feet and you will get some free attacks. But remember, if you can't, just roll. If you get far away from the Royal Griffin, he will try to tackle you. This can be avoided by not get so far away, but it's a very easy attack to just roll and avoid. But he only does this when he can't reach you. He will jump all over the screen, so just roll in that case. When the Griffin raises both of his wings, he will fly up in the air and do a dive bomb attack. This can be avoided while he's in the air. You roll backwards and he will not hit you. So both wings in the air, roll backwards and you will be safe. A very rare attack the Griffin does is biting you, which will happen when you're directly in front of him and stays there for a long while. So the only thing to do is dodge or roll or avoid being in front of him. My dear friends, one thing I can recommend before you fight the Rolling Griffin is to actually make a swallow potion. And if you're missing some herbs or anything, you can go to the herbalist. This is her house. Let me show you on the map where it is. And this is the location for the herbalist, as you can see there. And she has a lot of stuff outside and you can buy things you're missing. One ingredient more you need for the swallow potion is the drowner brain, and I'm gonna show you now where you can find some drowners. And here we have a location for some drowners. Over here at the bridge you can find some drowners, and you need a drowner brain to be able to do the swallow potion. And that's one of the things you usually can't buy. So over here I will show you at so you can see this is the location for fighting some drowners if you need a drowner brain to make the swallow potion. I really recommend it because it's the best healing you can get at this stage of the game.
Stop talking, got a griffin to kill.
Well, it's time to see me fight the Griffin. I will go over some things. You have already studied his moves, but I have a key strategy to beating him. And it's an easy one. I actually try to I roll against him at the sides of him, and then I dodge directly after I've rolled. That positions me behind him, and it's very easy to hit him then. And as you can see, you can shoot him when he's very close also, but I would recommend to shoot him at quite long range, because then he will land at your feet. And as you can see, I did my roll behind him and dodge. That's a good way to get behind him. If you get behind him, you don't have to dodge all his attack. I will not try to stay in front of him because most of his attacks are executed from the front. There are also signs you can use, or just one side. There is the sign R that will stun the Griffin for a small while. My experience with this fight, thought maybe later in the game when you have upgraded your sign is more useful, but my experience was that when I got a art sign in, he was just stunned for a very small moment and I got just one hit in, yeah. And I didn't think it was worth it, so I used exclusively Quen just to stay alive, so I can take a hit or two, so that was my main strategy. As you can see, I I roll and then dodge behind him, so I get behind him, so I can hit him in the ass. That's the most safest thing you can do, and you avoid most of the attacks. He's also weak against grape shot bombs, but I had no access to grape shot bombs for this fight. I think most people will not have access to the grape shot bombs this early in the game. If you need to heal, a good moment to do that is while he's flying. So then you can hit him. You can also use some Thunderbolt. They show you before the fight how to make that poison, and so you can get some more damage. So if you're healing while he's flying up in the air, it's very easy to avoid him then. You just roll in any direction and you can avoid him. And you can get your healing up. Hopefully you followed my guide here and got some swallow. That way you have some better healing. Otherwise you have only access to food. It heals you very slowly, but it can help if you avoid him. He's quite easy to avoid. Don't be afraid to just escape if you feel you need it and you're taking a lot of damage. Just take the lock off him and run away. It's better to flee and fight again than fight and die. You can get lucky sometimes and hit him while he's very far away, so he crashes far away from them. Then you can get a chance to just put some crossbolt into him. The crossbow is not very effective against him, so I counted out like you need 9 crossbolts to be damaging as much as you do with one sword swipe. A thing I do when my stamina is low and I have no Quen up is that I try to avoid him, and there he clipped me. I didn't got Quen up in time and I didn't dodge his attack. And as you can see, I did a roll, a dodge, attack move, so I get behind him. And that's my key strategy to beating him. So you shoot him down, hit him, and when he's on the ground, roll at the side of him, dodge, and hit him in the ass. Roll, dodge, attack, hit the ass. As you see there, that's the easy way to get behind him. If you get behind him, you don't have to dodge all his moves and attacks. And sometimes you're lucky and you get a small stun lock on him. I preferably use fast attacks on him because the slow, strong attacks is a little bit too slow, and it doesn't make such a difference right now in the game. And there I got a perfect shot, just as far away, so I actually had time to hit him a lot of time. So that was lucky, so try to shoot him down while he's quite far away from you, and he will crash at your feet and you can just wipe him with your sword. Now I will not show you the part of this fight because it's just more of the same. It's the same strategy, so it shouldn't be a problem. If you completed this part of the fight, there shouldn't be a problem. Griffins were once only found high in the mountains, where they would hunt marmots and wild goats. When the humans started to live near their lands, they soon discovered a new source of much more plentiful and easy caught prey: cows, sheep and shepherds. Though still wary of the main roads and towns, where folks will have the means to hire a witcher, these half-eagle, half-wildcat creatures have gone from rarities to often encountered pests known for the northern realms. Especially hated are the subspecies known as Royal Griffin and Griffin. Griffin mates for life, and when their partner is attacked, they will defend it to their death. For this reason they are often considered an image of courage, loyalty and fighting spirits. This last attribute no one will deny them. When provoked, they will not cease their attack until they have turned their opponent to shreds. Griffins find their victims using their extraordinary perceptive sense of smell. Often drawing near to the chosen target, they will attack by swooping down from great height. Their muscle mass combined with a swift speed means this blow alone is often enough to end the fight. If, however, the victim survives this aerial assault, the Griffin will immediately engage it in direct combat, making use of its sharp, curved beak and powerful talons. The wounds it deals are deep and cause powerful bleeding. Even worse, Griffins do not have any true weaknesses, except for vulnerability to hybrid oil and certain kind of bombs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this monster guide. I will release one monster guide a week. Sometimes it will be the smallest creature and sometimes the most nasty and big bosses. I will release one guide a week and sometimes more. So if you need help with any of the creatures or bosses, just comment in the video and I will do my best to help you out. And as always, thank you for watching.